name is Jessica McClarty. I am sitting down to do my interview reflection assignment for my capstone class. For my interview, I got the chance to sit down with my old youth pastor's wife, who is working in a professional counseling office. Krista Fuller is an associate marriage and family therapist with her master's in counseling from Western Seminary. She works at the Community Counseling Center in Elk Grove, California. I have known Krista for many years, so our conversation over the phone was uplifting and life-giving. As we discussed her career as a therapist, I felt encouraged to keep seeking education and experience in the counseling field. I learned a lot about her job duties in her office and how her particular office operates. Krista is still receiving mentorship in her office, and soon she will complete the hours that she needs to be able to practice fully on her own. In her office, she was responsible for connecting with clients, assessing their needs, completing intake forms, creating treatment plans, and using interventions to help her clients. She sees clients for many different reasons. Some may be experiencing relational challenges, struggling with depression, coping with grief, or need help with mood disorders. She also helps her clients learn strategies to regulate emotions. She works with clients from a variety of different backgrounds, ethnicities, children, adults, adolescents, and also families, singles, and couples as well. As you can imagine, as a wife of a youth pastor, Krista has been counseling and leading people for a long time. However, she recently graduated from her master's program and is now using life experience and education to help the clients she sees. In our interview, she said that the most fulfilling part of her job is coming alongside people when they are struggling. She also said that it is a blessing to help people externalize what is happening in their lives. She loves getting to use her faith and psychological training to give her clients the help that they need. Krista's answers to the challenges she faces in her field was fascinating to me. She said that often people may come in for counseling without a goal or problem to focus on. I know when I did counseling, that was true for me. I didn't necessarily have a goal. I just kind of thought that I needed to be there. And so that was like, oh, I totally understand what she meant by that. She said it can be challenging when people do not go as far as they could go when receiving help through counseling. Many people continue to hold back, and it takes many sessions to break down walls. Another challenge that Krista expressed was her role working with children and adolescents with divorced parents that are not on the same page. Krista's knowledge and training is very fresh since she just finished her program last year. However, as she continues to work in this field, she will be required to take classes and pursue growth opportunities. She loves reading books related to the field of psychology and hopes to gain certifications in nutrition therapy and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, also known as EMDR therapy. Many times throughout our conversation, she reminded me how important it is for her to continue to be molded and shaped by Jesus in her career field. In her office, the counselors will speak about faith when allowed, but clients can refuse to talk about that if they want to. However, Krista said that her faith is still a crucial part of her job, whether she speaks about it in the session or not. Through proper training, her own spiritual development, and life experiences, she is able to help people receive the care that they need. I was grateful to hear that she rarely sees clients that refuse to talk about faith. Most people are willing and actually want to talk about it. Krista had some great recommendations for someone like me that is considering a career in counseling. Her biggest piece of advice was to develop daily habits of spiritual disciplines. As many people know, it can be challenging to help people cope through things like grief, relational issues, and disorders. Therefore, Krista said it has been so important for her to also see a therapist regularly. She also said that those who pursue this line of work should have a small group of friends that they can be real with. Krista said it is important to establish boundaries and learn to say no. She made it clear that in her line of work, she cannot be a client's savior. Therefore, when a session ends, there must be a professional distance from her clients. She will not see clients that are in her normal life circles. She also said it is important to say no to some opportunities for the chance to rest and prioritize her family and close friends. I walked away from this interview grateful for counselors like Krista that are dedicated to helping their clients overcome the storms that happen throughout life. Since I have known Krista for many years, it was so cool for me to hear how the Lord is using her to help so many different people. A few days after our interview, I was privileged to hear Krista speak for our moms group at my church. She spoke on grief from a biblical and psychological perspective. It was evident to me that through her education and role as a counselor, she has been able to come alongside many people that have experienced hardship. In her talk, she shared about the experience of losing both of her parents and how the differences between their deaths changed how she grieved. Throughout my education here at Liberty, I have taken classes that overlapped with many of the points that she shared. One of the things that encouraged me the most talking to Krista is that, like me, she was a stay-at-home mom for many years before getting her master's and higher education to be a counselor. Most likely, I'm not going to graduate from Liberty and head right into a master's degree program. Instead, I'm probably going to take a few years to homeschool my kids and raise them, and then maybe eventually go back for my master's to pursue this line of work. This part of her story reminded me that it's okay to take breaks along the way and that I can always pursue higher education later on. Also, I was reminded that I can and should continue to learn on my own through different books and online classes, even when I graduate from Liberty. I am so grateful that I was able to glean insight and perspective from Krista, and I hope to have more conversations with her in the future about her role as a therapist. Thank you.